Pronunciation Pro.
Pronunciation Pro.
Hello and welcome to Pronunciation Pro. It's so great to have you here, and just excited to then go into more detail, or part 2 of the word stress practice that we were doing in the last episode. So let's go ahead and carry on from there. During part 1, we went through 10 words, including maybe 4 other heteronym words that are commonly mispronounced in English, and kind of helped break those down, made sure that you are understanding word stress, syllable, which syllable needs to be stressed, reduced syllables, just kind of the dynamics of why these hard words are kind of hard to understand. So if you haven't listened to part 1 of the word stress lesson, then go ahead and go back to that. Okay. So let's go ahead. Part 2, we're going to continue with that. And actually, if you haven't watched part 1, you're not going to miss anything by listening to this first and then going back. Okay, here we go. All right. The first one we're going to go through is laboratory. Now, it's very commonly mispronounced as laboratory. Laboratory. This is a very British pronunciation. So it's not laboratory. It's going to be laboratory. Laboratory. So the new laboratory is being built across the street. Laboratory. Laboratory. Number 2, literature. Literature. Now, this is actually an interesting one because literature, a lot of people are pronouncing it with kind of equal stress on a lot of the words. Literature, literature, literature. And I want you to stress the first syllable. Okay. The rest of the word tends to be literature, literature. Okay, so there's a little bit less stress. Now, for myself, I err on the side of being understood. So I tend to pronounce more of that word, literature, literature, literature. But that second syllable really is reduced. Literature, literature. Okay, so I want you to practice that and just kind of get your tongue to really flow through that word. If it doesn't flow quickly, literature, literature. Do it slowly so that you can get that tongue to kind of move quickly through that. All right, number 3, necessary is going to be first syllable stress. I hear a lot necessary, necessary, where it's second syllable stress, and we can't have that. So necessary. It's necessary for you to learn the correct word stress. Necessary. Opportunity. Opportunity. Some people will pronounce it as opportunity, opportunity, and stress that first syllable. And I don't want that to happen. So third syllable stress, opportunity, opportunity, opportunity. Kind of, do you hear how that first part of the word is reduced? Opportunity, opportunity. I have the opportunity to go play with my kids later today. Okay. Okay, our next one is particularly. Particularly. So a lot going on here. Particularly. 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 Now I'm going to have a hard time. Particularly. So we're going to be second syllable stress. And what we're going to do is, and a lot of times it's mispronounced because there are syllables being taken out of here. Particularly, is one thing that I frequently hear. But we want to get all of those sounds in there. Particularly. Particularly. And there's an invisible Y in there as well. Particularly. Particularly. It's particularly fun to learn pronunciation. Next word, photographer. Instead of photographer, Photographer. We don't want that one. We want photographer. Photographer. Second syllable stress. The photographer at the wedding was amazing. The next one is refrigerator. All right, so a lot of times this is reduced. A lot of people will drop the first syllable of the word and just say refrigerator. Refrigerator. It's technically wrong. We want it to be refrigerator. Refrigerator. So still get that re in there. Refrigerator. 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 All right, and our last one, statistics. Statistics. Now, often I'll hear statistics. Statistics. First syllable stress. Statistics. We want it to be second syllable stress. Statistics. Statistics. Okay, we were studying statistics in our class today. Statistics. Now, if any of these words are sounding foreign to you, they're not feeling that right, let's really reinforce that, saying it over and over again, using ChatGPT to like find words with or sentences, to create sentences with these words. Okay, speaking of ChatGPT, that is something that I really want you to get comfortable with and using as a tool for your practice. We have practice within Pronunciation Pro that uses kind of AI and can give you feedback, but we also have Chat GPT. And so if you go to chatgpt.com and use that as a tool to help your pronunciation, it's really great. So let me kind of talk to you about that. So you can write a prompt into Chat along this theme of word stress. So we're talking about word stress. We're talking about making sure that, multisyllabic words, English words with a lot of syllables, that we know which syllable to stress. So you could even go through and say, okay, with a prompt in Chat GPT, say, I want to practice my word stress in English. Will you give me a list of multisyllabic words in English and show me which syllable to stress? Okay. And so it will give you examples of words. It will show you which word to stress. And then you can kind of talk to it and say, okay, am I pronouncing these correctly? And use the voice one to test yourself on it. Now, AI isn't 100% yet, but it is getting close. It is getting very, very close. And so especially at the word level when you're doing it that way. So practice with it. Use that tool and kind of make it an activity to have Chat really help you understand this process. So what I love Chat about is that when you identify that, like, okay, it's some, word stress is what I want to work on specifically, then you can ask for specific words and sentences and paragraphs and say, I want you to bold or highlight those syllables that need to be stressed. So then you can go do your read out loud practice and have those prompts available for you to practice. It's fantastic. Okay, so excited for you to practice these things. Again, if you haven't watched part 2, go watch part 2 so that you can learn even more commonly mispronounced words in English and start really tuning your ear to how to really adapt and change to the sounds of American English, not how it's spelled, but how it sounds. That is the key to word stress, especially. Now, as you get word stress really, really strong, then, it makes it much easier as you move into sentence stress and some of these rhythm patterns to just know that, okay, I have my sounds in place because, an accent essentially is the sounds and rhythm of American English that you're carrying over the sounds and rhythm of your native language while speaking English. So we want to refine the sounds of English. We want to understand the rules of rhythm. That's intonation, word stress, sentence stress, pausing, rate of speech, all of that prosody that we're really working on. And as those things all come together, that's when you develop more of an American accent. All right, we kind of went deep on this one today. So I hope that your brain is still kind of catching all of that and that you're able to kind of take that deep dive with us. If you need a more systematic step-by-step approach, come join us at pronunciationpro.com, and we'd love to have you. We'd love you to teach you one small step at a time. All right, thank you for being here today. Have a great one. Bye.
Pronunciation Pro.
Pronunciation Pro.